Yo, welcome to the latest edition of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. And today we got a great show lined up for you guys. Once you come across this video, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Also, share the video out. You know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. I see everybody in the comments. Hashtag salute. Keep your comments coming. And today's episode is unbelievable, man. How the world turns. Before we get off into this video is sponsored by...
This episode is sponsored by True Choice Insurance. Here at True Choice, we take a different philosophy when it comes to providing you with your insurance options. We emphasize the value of the products we offer, instead of playing on the fear of you not being protected in your time of need. True Choice is affiliated with more than 60 insurance companies. This makes us one of the most independent agencies in the state of Texas. Please visit TrueChoiceInsurance.com for all your insurance needs.
Once again, shout out to my man Brian Kelly and his wife over there at True Choice Insurance. You guys visit them on the website at www.truechoiceinsurance.com for all your insurance needs. And let them know that K-Sap sent you. Today's episode, man, it's unbelievable. You know what the national media is talking about? You know, Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes has the sports world on fire. A lot of guys are tuning in just because of the success story that Colorado is going on right now out there in Boulder, Colorado. A lot of people have never been to Boulder, Colorado, but everybody wants to get there, all because of one man in Deion Sanders and what he has brought to that city of Boulder. The state of Colorado is on fire. A lot of people are loving what Colorado Buffaloes are doing. Right now, Deion got a lot of support. He got a lot of support from a lot of celebrities. A lot of people are just tuned in just to, because it's Deion. And this morning on FS1 Undisputed, Keyshawn Johnson, he's a USC guy. He's a USC alumnus. And he said, when they play USC, he's going to be cheering for Deion because it's Deion. And a lot of people feel that way. They're tuned in because it's Deion Sanders. He has a lot of support. But then you have the naysayers. You have the guys that, discredit what Deion's doing. A lot of people are saying, pump your brakes. He's getting a lot of criticism since week one. And he's been heavily criticized by your people, your man, Jason Whitlock. And Jason Whitlock has struck again. Jason Whitlock now has found not a lot of things that he can say about Deion Sanders no more. I mean, he has said everything that he could say. What else can he say? What possibly can he say about Deion Sanders now? Every show that he does is a segment about Deion Sanders, trying to find fault in Deion Sanders. He made it abundantly clear that he does not like Deion Sanders and he's not rooting for him. But now he has crossed the line. Now, since he's ran out of things to say about Deion Sanders, why not take a shot at his kids? Unbelievable. Now he has taken shots at Deion Sanders' kids. Jason Whitlock, on his recent podcast, Fearless, made some remarks about Deion Jr., a.k.a. Bucky, Shedeur Sanders, and Shiloh Sanders. And this is stemmed off of the Colorado State and Colorado game last week when Henry Blackburn, hit Travis Hunter and put him out. Shiloh Sanders at his press conference had some things to say about how he felt in the situation, but Shiloh said it with a smile. A kid being a kid, saying, at that time, I wanted to see him. That's what he said in his press conference, but he said it with a smile. So Jason Whitlock has took that and ran with it. Jason Whitlock has said some comments that are very disturbing about Deion Sanders' kids. I'm going to play a clip of what Jason Whitlock said about Deion Sanders' kids, and I'll let you listen to it in its entirety, but pay close attention to what he's saying. Here's what Jason Whitlock had to say.
And so Deion Sanders' son is Deion's fruit. What does that fruit sound like what Deion's talking about? And does it raise questions about, oh, this is what Deion's saying in front of the camera. What's he saying behind the scenes to his actual team? Because his son is saying something completely different. I find it interesting. Let's note that and remember that. The last thing I want to talk about as it relates to fruit inspection. And when I talk about the values being instilled, reinforced, promoted within the Colorado football program. And I want to once again examine the fruit. Shedeur Sanders, who is a hell of a quarterback, hell of a player. But he's also arrogant. And if he were white, people would be calling him arrogant and a punk. He's kind of like Christian Laettner. And that's why I make the Duke comparison. That Colorado is the Black Devils. You know, Duke is the Blue Devils. Colorado is the Black Devils. This arrogance. And so I read a USA Today story about Shedeur Sanders, who's already driving a Maybach. And they got a story now. He wants a Rolls Royce. And Deion actually had Tom Brady call his son to tell him he didn't need a Rolls Royce. Now, Shedeur is the kid that pregame, big gold chain, Rolex watch, flashing in other kids' faces before the game. That's Shedeur Sanders, the Christian Laettner of Colorado football. Does anybody remember how people felt about Christian Laettner? Anybody remember that? I certainly do. I certainly remember all the names that Christian Laettner was called. Christian Laettner was a beast in college basketball. A beast. One of the most accomplished college basketball players of all time. Legitimately. But he was known as an arrogant punk. That's what I see in Shedeur Sanders. See, my perception or my values are the way that I evaluate. It's not predicated on skin color. It's predicated on behaviors that are consistent with values that I believe in and want to see. Most of the people defending Colorado and not taking an objective view on what they're seeing from Colorado and Deion and his sons, their values aren't consistent. Their values are based on skin color. And so they can't see the Christian Laettner in Shedeur Sanders.
Wow. Jason Whitlock said a lot there. First thing he said that really caught my attention was the fact that he's comparing Shedeur Sanders to Christian Laettner. And the reason why I point that out is, you see how he tried to spin it. He tried to use a white athlete versus a black athlete. Now he said Christian Laettner was a punk. That's how he references Shedeur Sanders. So he's calling Shedeur Sanders a young punk. Jason Whitlock, ain't you the same person that said Deion Sanders was 56 years old and still wanting people to address him as prime time, a character he made up years ago at Florida State? But you calling this young kid a punk and you're 56 years old. Let it go. Also, you referenced in there that the flashy ways and the arrogance of Shedeur Sanders. Now, wasn't Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Aaron Rodgers, Gary Payton, Kevin Garnett, wasn't they all arrogant in their own ways? But you want to take a shot at the young kids. Then you're talking about what Shedeur Sanders is doing with the chains on and the Rolex. You're trying to make it a black thing. Like the words you always say, the racial idolatry. Come on now, you can't have it both ways. Then you made reference to Shiloh Sanders because of his press conference when he was talking about Henry Blackburn. You talking about their fruit. They're not following Deion's lead. They're outside of the box. Then there was a point, I didn't play the whole clip. There was a point that you're talking about Deion Jr., aka Bucky, about the things he's posted on social media. You're taking jabs at Deion's kids now. You've gone too far. You've ran out of superlatives to say about Deion Sanders, so now why not attack his kids? What you're doing is you're keeping a storyline going so people tune in to your controversy, which controversy sells. Great job of marketing. Great job of bringing the ratings to your show. Great job of generating revenue. I applaud you for that. But you've crossed the line. And for you to question somebody's Christian beliefs, but you're the same Jason Whitlock running around with topless girls on your laps. You got chains on, but you questioning how Deion is living his life and his Christian beliefs and what his sons are doing on and off the field. You have a microscope on them kids right now, and your target should back off. That's my opinion. You have your opinion, I have my opinions, but to attack these kids, you've crossed the line. And to be fair about it is you try to spin it and throw Christian Laettner's name in there, like I said. You can't have it both ways. Also, you go to a point where it's like, what else can you talk about? But a lot of people will come in the comments and say, why you still focus on Jason Whitlock? Because I find it intriguing that he would go that far to disrespect Deion's kids because you can't find nothing else to say about Deion because of the success so far. Guys, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Like I said, please share the video out. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. It's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.